Today, we will tell you the story of a person named Aryan. The title of the story is Bound by Promises. The Aryan story, so let's begin the story.
Part 1, A Childhood of Contrasts. In a bustling town lived a 12-year-old boy named Aryan, from respectful middle-class family. He spent his days playing in the neighborhood, his best friend being Rishi, the son of a wealthy businessman. They were inseparable, playing from sunrise till dusk. But one fateful day, Rishi's world turned upside down. His father was arrested for committing a massive fraud, defrauding hundreds of people. The scandal spread like wildfire, and Rishi's mother took him and his sister to another state, vanishing without a trace. The town's anger was palpable. People, furious at being cheated, took out their rage on anyone associated with the scandal. One evening, a mob surrounded Aryan, assuming he was a part of Rishi's family. But Aryan's father, a well-respected and honest man in the community, intervened. He requested and assured the crowd of Aryan's innocence, convincing them to let the boy go. This incident deeply impacted Aryan. He vowed never to involve himself with deceitful people and decided he would live an honorable life. A year later, Aryan's father, in recognition of a deep family bond, arranged Aryan's engagement to his own friend's daughter. Aryan's father assured Aryan that the decision about marriage, 15 years down the line, would ultimately rest with his future wife, promising Aryan a meaningful and respectful partnership. Part 2, 15 years later. 15 years passed. Aryan had grown into a responsible, hard-working man. He had a stable and doing 9-to-6 job in a private firm and, as a hobby, wrote stories that reflected his experiences and observations of life. His wife, Ria, whom he had eventually married, played an integral role in his creative endeavors. She managed his publishing and event schedules while Aryan devoted himself to writing and storytelling. Their relationship was a blend of professional and personal harmony, with Aryan being a caring husband and a dutiful son. Every morning, Aryan maintained a disciplined routine. He would wake up, bathe, perform his prayers, and then leave for work. To many, he was the perfect example of a balanced life. However, destiny had something unexpected in store. One summer evening in Goa, amidst the wild party scene of a beach club, a young man arrived in a flashy Ferrari, beer in hand, alongside a friend. He looked exactly like Aryan but behaved like his polar opposite, living life on the edge, surrounded by music, drinks, and laughter. The person with Aryan in club was none other than Rishi, Aryan's childhood friend, who had returned after years. Part 3, A Shadow of Doubt. Ria, the wife who knew Aryan's disciplined and predictable lifestyle, was startled one night when she spotted someone who looked exactly like her husband outside a pub. Confused and angry, she approached him, but he coldly brushed her off. He even insulted her, calling her poor and insignificant, and walked away, leaving her shocked and suspicious. Determined to find the truth, Ria sought the help of her father-in-law and her brother. Aryan, now aware of Ria's suspicions, devised a plan to continue hiding his secret. He continued pretending that the man she saw was merely his look-alike. At first, Aryan's deception worked. Ria couldn't prove that the mysterious partygoer was her husband. But one evening, during a family function, the truth unraveled. Some guests recognized Aryan by different names, and a couple even confused him with someone else. There were whispers, and the puzzle pieces began to fall into place. The facade of having a doppelganger was no longer believable. Part 4, The Truth Comes to Light. Cornered, Aryan finally confessed to Ria and his family. He revealed the truth, that the person living the wild life was indeed him. He explained that from childhood, he had yearned to experience the freedom Rishi had enjoyed before the scandal, but his father had made him swear to live a disciplined life. This promise weighed heavily on him, leading to his double life, one of responsibility and the other of indulgence. Yes, I drink, I party, but I have never been unfaithful to you, Ria. I love you and only you. I don't think I've done anything wrong. Drinking occasionally, letting loose on weekends, what's the harm? I've never broken our vows. I have a life too, beyond this controlled existence, he admitted. Feeling betrayed, Ria left without another word. Part 5, A New Understanding. Time passed, and Ria got a call from her childhood friend. Her friend started crying and telling that she is divorced now and telling about her husband that her husband was a devout, prayerful man who never indulged in any frivolities, but his inability to balance love and also having an affair with other women and leisure led to their relationship falling apart. Ria began to realize that Aryan's actions, though misguided, came from a place of suppressed desire and sacrifice. It was not his drinking that was the problem, but the constraints of an unrealistic promise. One day, her childhood friend, the same friend who had divorced, visited her. She told Ria that perhaps Aryan wasn't entirely wrong. A husband's occasional escape shouldn't define him if he was honest, faithful, and respectful. He did all this for a promise to his father. Maybe it's time to set him free from that promise. Let him be himself, not a shadow of someone else's expectations. This struck a chord within Ria. Slowly, she began to see Aryan's dilemma, the longing for a balance between personal freedom and familial duty. Part 6, A Fresh Beginning. Ria returned to Aryan. They spoke for hours, sharing their fears, regrets, and dreams. Aryan promised to be more transparent, and Ria decided to embrace his occasional need for fun, trusting in his loyalty and love. They realized they could craft a new life together, one that didn't have to be limited by past expectations. The story ended with a celebration, a fresh start, where Aryan and Ria, free from old promises, embraced their future together, striking a balance between duty and desire, tradition and modernity, faithfulness and freedom. And so, with mutual understanding, they moved forward, their bond stronger than ever, knowing that happiness is found not in perfection, but in acceptance.